Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Vikas Kurung, and in today's video I'm gonna tell you guys how I paid off my education loan or student debt of around £20,600 to be exact. You might be thinking how I come up with this number. So my student debt was divided into two parts. The first one was my university tuition fees, which was of around £16,100, and second was for my student accommodation of 1 year, which costed me around £4,500. So these were the amount that I have to pay initially to come to UK, just before starting anything else. So these were the student debt that I've used. So if you add this up, it's gonna cost around £20,600. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you guys how I paid off that debt with my money skills, money management skills, whatever you can say. So without wasting any time, let's begin with the video. So for my background, I've done my Masters in Artificial Intelligence from a university called Liverpool John Moores University, where my course was of around 1 year, and for that I have to pay £16,100. So now let's begin with my time there in the UK and how I manage my money and everything. So let's begin. So let's talk about my time in UK. When I was a student over there in UK, I was allowed to work only 20 hours a week, and then during holidays like Christmas holidays, New Year holidays, I was allowed to work full time. So during my student time, I used to work around 13 to 14 hours a week on average, to be honest, because sometimes in some weeks I didn't even used to get any shifts from my agency. So it was all on luck, and also it was hard to get a job as a part-time in any restaurant and all, because they used to prefer all the full-time employees. So during my time, I only paid few interest and everything that was piling up. And my real earning starts when I've started my PSW, post-study work visa, which was of around 2 years. So after I got my PSW or a post-study work visa, I was able to work full-time, and during this 2 or 2.5 years, I've paid all of my debt. So during my full-time, I worked around 33 to 35, or you can say close to 40 hours a week. I've worked on average if you count on total, and after working that much, I used to get paid around 1,800 to 1,900 pounds. Sometimes if I work on holidays, Christmas holidays, I used to get double paid. So I used to get around 2,400 pounds a month. That's a month, guys, okay? And if you count on average, I think it's gonna cost around 1,800 to 1,900 pounds. So those were the hours that I used to work on average when I was a student and when I was a full-time employee on my post-study work visa. And yes, guys, you might be thinking which formula or method that I've used to pay off this amount of debt back in my country. If you want to know that, I'll let you know, guys, that method at the end of the video. So keep on watching, and let's begin with another section. So you might be thinking what my expenses were while I was there in UK. So my main cost was of my rent, which I was paying around £410 a month, and then my grocery costed around £120 to £130 or £150 sometimes pounds a week. No, sorry, that's a month. And then I used to go around on the weekends with my friends, used to play badmintons and everything. Those were the miscellaneous costs, which cost me around, I think, 70, 80 or somewhere around £100 a week. Sorry,
stop it, get some help.
Again, that is in month, my mistake, guys. And that were the cost, I think. And yes, we used to go around some different places across the UK, like Glasgow, different places like Manchester, sometimes Leeds, sometimes Sheffield, and different places. And like everybody else, my main cost was my rent. So those were my costs while I was staying there in UK. So finally, let's go to the method that I've used to pay off my education loan or student debt, whatever you guys says. So you guys might be thinking which method I followed. So from the beginning of 2018 or 2017, I was very curious about saving money, investment stuff, self-help books, and all those things, because of which I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, I've read a lot of books from investment books such as The Intelligent Investor, Charlie Munger, Almanac of Charlie Munger, a book from Ramit Sethi. After reading all those things and watching a lot of videos, I finalized with one method that I found the most useful, and that was 50, 30 and 20. You might be thinking, what is that? So I used to divide my cost or my income whenever I used to get paid into that 3 section, which is 50% for house rent and groceries, 30% for my savings, I didn't used to touch at all, and 20% for the miscellaneous stuff like I've told you guys, or going out, hanging out with friends, playing badminton with them, eating out and everything. And this method was so effective that I was able to pay all my student debt and also save some money, so that once I go back in my country I had some savings left. So you might be thinking I might be having only 30% savings. No, it used to get up and down each and every month. Sometimes I used to save around 60% of my income when I used to earn a lot of money or a good amount of money.
Oh my God! Wow!
But it has been always minimum 30% every month. So either used to be 30% or more than that. That's it. There was no compromise on my side. I used to do that, and that's how I paid off my education debt or student loan. And yes guys, you might be thinking with this method you have to be very frugal, living life like hell, like saving each and every penny. No guys, you don't have to do all those things. If you follow this method each and every month and track your money, yes, that's also very important. Track your money, where you are spending your money. There's an app called I'm gonna Money Manager or something like that. I'm gonna put somewhere here on the screen, so you guys use that Money Manager app, and then you can see each and every month how much you're spending on what things. You can enjoy your life, playing badminton with the friends, playing going outdoors, going hiking and everything. And with this, let's go to the outro. And the main thing that you have to be during this saving time is you have to be disciplined, you have to be focused, and always never compromise with your saving if you want to pay off your education debt or student debt as fast as you can. So I paid off my education debt of £20,600 within 2.5 or you can say 3 years of my time. And because of all this, right now I don't have any debt, so I'm debt free. And that's it for the video guys. If you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below how you are keeping up with this education debt, or are you following this method or not, or which method you are following. Just let me know down on the comment section. I would love to read the comment and engage with you guys, so that we help each other during this tough time. And that's it guys, thank you for watching the video once again, and till the next time, see you. Ta-da. Boo.